Okay, in this video here, I want to talk through how we share folders and files from Box with other people. I like to do all of this through the web version of Box, not from the desktop app, but from the web version if I'm a Mac user. From an iPad, it all works really simple through the iPad, and it pretty much functions the exact same way. So if you see this video on the Mac, you can transfer all this skill directly to the iPad. It looks almost identical to this here. So again, I'm in the web version of Box. Again, there's inviting collaborators and there's sharing links with people. Two very different features, two very different functions there. If you need to just send a document to somebody, send a folder to them that has documents in it, and all you want them to do is just be able to look at those and maybe download those documents, you can send a link to them. If you send a document to somebody that you want them to work on, you want them to edit or add or change that document, or you send a folder that's got a bunch of documents inside of it and you need to have people have access to those files in there to change them, edit them, then you want to invite them as a collaborator instead of sending a link. So let's talk about how we do that. From your folder, the sample folder I have here, we can simply click the share button. And from the share button, you have essentially two pieces. You have the top, which is inviting people, and the bottom, which is sharing the link. So if all I care about is just sending a link to somebody, I don't need them to edit the document, I just want them to see it, maybe download it themselves, then I can go ahead and turn on a shared link. You do notice the link is defaulted to automatically expire. You can change that in link settings. You can disable that so the link will never expire. Just click save there. And then you have some options to send it to the people in your company in North Kansas City Schools. This would require them to sign in to see this. If you just say people with link, it requires no sign in, and then you can send that link out to anybody that you need to outside the organization. If you don't want to do a shared link and you actually want people to collaborate with you, okay, under the share button, you're now going to click where it says invite people, and you're just going to start typing people's names in. That's the beauty of this, inviting as a collaborator. So in this case, I'm just going to start typing in people, and it's going to automatically pull from our directory. Now, if you don't see a person's name in that directory, that means that person has never once signed into Box. So if they're not in the directory, they're either not in the organization anymore or they've never signed into Box. Otherwise, if they've been using Box, it'll automatically start to populate their names and you can choose who you want to. So I want to make two different people a collaborator on this folder, and then I need to make sure I look at this blue permission level. This is super, super important when you're inviting people to folders, to files. What access do you want them to have? Everything always defaults to editor level. If I click on this, you can see I now have some different options. Editor level allows those people to upload, download, preview, share, edit, and delete whatever is in that folder and everything applied to anything in that folder. So whatever permission level you give at a root level, everything inside of that subfolders all get that applied to them as well. So editor is how it's defaulted. If you want to make somebody a co-owner of a folder, you can do that. If all you want them to do is upload, download, preview, share, and edit, but you don't want them to delete things in the folder or the folder itself, Viewer Uploader is a perfect example of a permission level that you can give to people. Okay? If all you care about is that they can upload and see what's in there, you don't need them to edit things, you don't need them to share things, you don't need them to get things out of the folder. All you want is, hey, you can put stuff in the folder and you can see what's in there. Previewer Uploader is a great example there. So I love this permission level view right here. It shows you exactly what permissions they have at every given level. Again, it always defaults to editor. You need to make sure that every time you invite collaborators that you look at that permission level and see specifically what level of permission do I want to give the people I send this invitation to. Because whatever you apply to that root folder, that permission level gets applied all the way down through all the subfolders and documents. So in this case, I'm good with editor. I'll go ahead and say editor and send. Now the beauty of inviting somebody as a collaborator like this, you'll notice my folder automatically changed from a yellow folder to a blue folder. That means it went from personal to shared. You can even see the two little icons of the shared folder. The nice part is the two people that I invited this to do not have to do anything at all. This automatically accepts the invitation for them. This folder now shows up in their Box account and they can start adding to that folder, adding to the documents, editing things that they want to right in there. They don't have to go ahead and click on the email. It's going to send them an email, but they don't have to click on the email. They don't have to accept anything. It just automatically accepts for them. But that is how you invite collaborators versus sending out shared links to things in Box.